All right, and we're live. Welcome, welcome. If you're watching the VOD, how's it going? All right. So, today, the plan is to continue with the authentication app that we've been building. So basically, just to continue with that. I forget where I left off. I think I did a little bit off stream to get the routes working for sign up and login. Let me just open that here. So now I'll just demonstrate it essentially. Let me just get Postman up in here. If it opens, there we go. Okay, so essentially we have, let's join our database. Actually, I have to run the server first, of course. C server. pnpm run dev. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll do PSQL, and then we've got our users, and then select from users. So you can see here, I made some test users, and the password is stored as a hash. Okay, and if I try to make a new user, actually let's just delete the users. Okay, so now we have nothing in the users. So for sign up, for the sign up route, let's make a user called BenStack, and then give it a password or something, just some stupid password, and then we send this to the API. We're gonna get nothing back, but we get a 200 OK status. Now if we select all from users, we can see our users in the database with the hashed password. Now, if we post the login credentials, we get back a valid, well, I'm assuming it's a valid JSON Web Token. However, if we try to input some other dumb password that doesn't exist, like let's just say 123, then we say password for BenStack is incorrect, or it says password for BenStack is incorrect, and then if we just do a user that doesn't exist, it'll say user could not be found, which is good, because that's kind of, that's the behavior that we want. And then we can log in like this. So that's good. So we get this JSON Web Token. Now the next part is twofold. One, we need to figure out where to store this. I think we store the token inside of a cookie. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we store this inside of a cookie of some kind, and then we need to obviously build out the front end, I think, a little bit more. So that's good. So I'm going to actually spend a little bit of time planning exactly what we need in my little notes here. Okay, so we have our routes. Then we'll say /API /auth /signup is post. The post for this is register user and password into users database or table. Okay, and then for API auth login, the post is we need to validate user credentials by querying users by username and checking password matches the hash in the table with bcrypt, right? So currently this is all we've got. We don't have any front end stuff yet. So we need probably some sort of /API/auth/verify route to verify the validate the token, right? Verify JSON Web Token, and this could be from either from login or refresh. That's the other thing we need to implement, is we need to implement a refresh token, I think, because a lot of the documentation I was looking at before recommends having a refresh token. I may not do that right away. I might just kind of just do it from login. So that's good. So I need to figure out this, and then I also need to store JSON Web Token after successful login in cookie. I think it's in cookie. I think it's in a cookie. And then, yeah. We also flesh out our controllers right now. So we have a auth controller. With middleware for authentication in the backend. And I can write the different functions here. Yeah, so we've got login post and sign up post, right? And then what does this one do? It we essentially check for user existence by querying the username. Check if user already exists. If not, create user and store password, hash password. Login post. Check if user exists. If it does, check password. Given password matches. If it does, generate valid JSON Web Token. Okay. And then that's using our utilities, right? So utilities, we have a generate token, given a payload, username, password, generates a valid JSON Web Token. So I think that's good, right? Create front-end views and connect front-end to back-end through fetch in React or something like this, right? I'll say project to do or something like this. So that's good. Now I just need to figure out how to store. I think that's the first order task here, is to figure out how to store the JSON Web Token, right? And validate it and check that it's valid. Right? So valid check or validate JSON Web Token. And then I'm going to want that in Node Express, right? So I think this is the exact same article that I had last time. Verifying, here we go. So this will be authenticate token. And this will be a actually, this will probably be in the auth controller. I don't even need to, that's kind of self-explanatory. So we could just do some pattern like this. Okay, so we're getting the header here. So it looks like it's stored in the header. So let's see. Let's go to, where was the authentication? Or where was it? No, JSON Web Tokens, sorry. Yeah, so we were literally right there. The next step is enforcing authentication of protected routes. Express applications typically achieve this by placing verification logic inside middleware. Yeah, so handling verification in one location. Standard pattern is to read the token from the authorization header. Reads token from authorization header. Now, I don't know how to actually store to that header. And client sends value in the form bearer token. Preferred to keep auth credentials separate from other parameters, from route parameters. Okay. So we actually need to first store the header, right? So it's actually before this. Upon successful login, put generated in authorization header. So I need to figure out how to do this, right? Yeah. So let's see. Okay, so validation is different from verification. That's important. Verify the JSON Web Token is authentic. Based on the signature. Issuer verification and audience check. You validate a JSON Web Token to make sure the token makes sense. You verify to make sure the token has been altered maliciously. Verifies the token hasn't been altered, or verifies the token is authentic and not tampered with. Or something like this, right? So, okay. So that's fine. So we insert like this. Okay, I see. So you pretty much are correct. I need to do in sending data from client to server is to add it to the request header. Okay, so this is literally just it then. And then you bearer and then like this and then. So would we do I don't know. This would be done in the client, oh? Yeah, so this actually needs to be done in the client side. In the client, I guess. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that actually, I didn't think about that. So we actually need to start creating front-end stuff first before we do this. Yeah, because that makes sense, because the server gives the So our flow essentially will be, like if I go to just here, yeah, this was it. Server sends JWT, client request protected route, actually request verification route with JWT. Server authenticates JWT, allows nice client to protected routes. I think this is kind of how it works, right? I don't know, something like this. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so let's get started doing the, just gonna get Postman out of the way. There we go, okay. All right, so let's start with the front end now. So cd client, and then pnpm run dev. Okay. Hello from the client. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, the other thing I need to do is have the views that we need, right? So this will be homepage. And then sign up, simple sign up form, login, simple login form, something like this, right? Okay. And then we need some sort of like protected or something, protected route. We could just call it that for now, or slash dashboard. Something like this. I don't know. Okay. That's good. And then, so now let's get to the client. So I need to go to the app. Okay, so here's our home. So let's just do a basic. Front end. And then we'll do class name. We'll do flex justify center. And then we'll say Odin members only or something like this, right? Flex justify center, and then I also need to get the Tailwind docs as well, just for my reference. Font size, and we'll do text 3XL. I also should probably style this mobile first, right? So let's do that. Okay, so the 3XL, actually that looks fine. Maybe we'll add some padding to this. So we'll say like P8 maybe. That's fine. Oops. That's good. Maybe we'll do a font semi-bold. And then we'll do a main. And then a nav maybe, or not even a nav. We don't even really need a nav. It'll just be like just an unordered list is fine. And then an li with a to slash sign up. Getting this wrong. Yeah. So I mean, okay, so like we can do flex justify center as well. We can do like a gap on these guys, like a gap 2. No, a little more than that. Gap 8 maybe. 16. We can even do a justify around. Instead of doing a gap, that might be better. Evenly, justify even. That's better. Okay. And then maybe do a little bit smaller of a text size here. So we can say const, I almost like want to do, just want to have this repeatable here. So I'll do style templates .ts maybe. No, you just do an export const home list or home link style. I think actually if I'm doing this with React Router, I need to handle this differently. I don't think I just do an href. I could even just do a link element. No, that's actually my bad. I'm actually gonna probably rejig that. That's okay. So we'll probably want we'll just leave this as empty for now. So I got to go to the React Router documentation as well. Because I forgot completely about this. So let's actually make I don't think I need just sign up or something. That's fine. And then we can do the same for login. This needs to be capitalized as well. Forgot about this. And then I need to, in the root, I think this is going to be wrong, right? The outlet, meta links. Something happened here. No route matches. Yeah, because we need to actually define the routes, right? I think I just add it to this, actually. I think this is right. Did this too. Okay, so that doesn't, you made a GET request, didn't actual loader. Okay, so maybe, where do I set up the routes? That should just work, no? Oh, it's app CSS. We kill and reboot the server? No, okay, so there's something happening here. Alright, so it doesn't like this. Request handler, client, and modules. Okay, so this is all in the node modules. Okay, so let's just make sure I'm doing this right. Routing with the framework. Yeah, so this is right. Oh, maybe just this. No. Okay. Just take a 5-minute break. Work on a second. I think maybe these. So let's do a link instead here. We'll do that after the break. Maybe that'll fix our problem. I forgot about those components, to be honest with you. No loader. I don't know what that exactly means. Okay. Let's try re-implementing these as links. Okay. Let's do this. Link 2. I don't know if this, maybe that fixed it? I think that was the problem. Okay, so we're getting, it's going somewhere. Okay. It's not showing anything. I don't know why. Maybe because I need this to be like H1. Oops. Does this work? No. The request, did not provide. A little confused. It's for routes. Maybe. Okay, yeah, so nothing's showing up when it should, right? This is interesting. I wonder if it can't be capital, maybe, or something weird. Oh wait, this is wrong. This needs to be login. Wait a minute. It's because I have two things. I didn't even rename the friggin' function, dude. That's part of my problem. Okay. That's sloppy. Okay, well that maybe, I don't think it fixed anything. No. Okay. Hey Ben, took your advice and tried Pomo. Was super productive today and solved my first LeetCode hard. Nice. Congratulations, Marco. That's awesome. I have actually never solved the LeetCode hard without help, so big kudos. And granted, I've only solved like 40 problems, but I've done like roughly the same amount of medium and easy. Okay. So what's the problem here? Yeah, it's the same problem. I don't know what I did to fuck this up. For if I'm like missing something obvious. Maybe like a const and then export like after maybe. I think that would make a difference. Oh, maybe it does. Okay. That might be the pattern. Okay. Okay. Apparently that makes a difference. Okay. So I have login, sign up. Okay. I don't know what the problem was, but whatever. How's it going, Shaban? I forget. I think maybe you had another name. I forget what your name was. And you're using your phone. I don't remember if it was you or not. Yo, how's it going, Mohammed? Welcome, welcome. Siraj, that's it. Sorry, Siraj. Welcome, Siraj. I remembered that you had a different name. I just didn't remember what it was. My apologies. Okay. All right. So this is good. So we have the sign up and login. So we can like whip together a form for this and then get the that working. Okay. So the other thing I'm going to need here is we're going to need to import the home link style. Right. We'll do this, and we'll say P2 rounded large BG blue 500. Does that actually do anything? Should have. You should have styles attached to them, right? Oh, maybe none. Interesting. Home link style, and we import that from. That is not the right. Does this go up our directory? Interesting. Okay. Oh no, that's the home directory. I'm stupid. So it's home / style / okay. And the home being the app, I guess. That doesn't work. Style templates. I feel like this isn't applying, although it says it is. How's it going? It's going pretty well. Suraj, how are you? Sorry, I wasn't reading chat. I don't know why this isn't applying the style to this guy. I wonder if I have to do it on the list item. I don't know. I might have to. Let's give this a go. There we go. That's better. Cool. Yeah, so I'm assuming the class name wasn't applying to this guy. That's okay. All right. So we have our sign up and our login. It doesn't need to be anything fancy. I could even just like make this like a gray. It's like, okay. All right. Now, does this look okay on desktop? Not really. Okay. So what I want to do for this then is, instead of justify evenly for large screens, I want to justify center and do a gap of like something, right? Maybe a little less than that. Oops. Okay, that didn't seem to affect anything here. Unless this isn't a large screen, I don't know. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted, okay. So now on mobile, it should do that. Okay, good. And here, a little closer together. Okay, nice. Oh, the other thing I want to do is have them be equal width. Which I forget how to do that. I think I have to do flex. I have to flex these, don't I? Or flex one, maybe? Ah. So now that fills the entire thing, which is not what I want. Ah, whatever, I'll just leave it. It's not really a big deal. Okay. All right, so let's do the sign up first. Well, this is still giving me an error here, which I'm not 100% sure about that. So we'll figure that out after. Okay, so we'll do a header, h1 sign up, and then we'll do some sort of like, I think I'll just like get a canned header, export const header style, header heading, or heading style maybe? Heading 1 style. It was like flex, justify, center, sorry. Then text 3XL or something like that. Oh, and then a padding as well. Like a P8 maybe. And then heading 1 style. There we go. Nice. Oh, and then a semi-bold in here as well. Font semi-bold. Sure. And then we'll put this in here. Get rid of this. Go back. Should work. Okay, cool. Recently I made some responsive updates to my portfolio website because I noticed the design had broken in your screen when you reviewed it. Ah, that's awesome that you made those updates. I honestly don't remember what broke, I'm not gonna lie. But that's good though. That's great. I mean, it was already looking really slick, but no, it's good stuff, man. Okay, so we have the heading 1 style here. I don't know, this is just like fine. Okay, and then we'll do a main, or we'll do a form actually. Although, oh yeah, because this needs to be all. This all needs to be inside of a. I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so we have a form, which needs to be. We need to post to API. Auth. Actually, it needs to be server. It needs to be the server URL, doesn't it? I need to import this. Ah, okay, because I can't export this. I should maybe just have this in env or something, if there even is. Oh no, there's no env. Just export. Sure. Oh, and then method is a post. Then we'll have form styles. Or style. Something like this. Okay. And then we'll add our label, which is going to be for username. And then we'll include the input in here. Username. And we'll just duplicate this. Password. Okay, and then now, of course, these are empty. So I need to have some input styles. So some sort of I don't know, a test for light or dark mode inside of the style here. I don't know. Just add some sort of gray border maybe. So maybe like a border 1, border gray 500, or is it how do we do the borders? How's it going, Abdu? Welcome, welcome. I hope you're enjoying your break, my friend. Okay, so it's border. It should just be a number, right? Yeah. Border. Oh, but I'm not applying it to the friggin' input yet. That's my bad. I'll add the class name at the end here. I'm doing pretty good, Prathme. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Always nice to see you. Okay, there's our shitty border. Oh yeah, the other thing I want to do maybe is add a bit of margin bottom to this. 2 maybe. 4. And then I need to add a bit of a gap to the input, so maybe push this. I don't want to maybe almost do a grid for this form. Did you watch any World Cup match? No, I actually don't have access to watch it. I want to though, but I don't have it on my TV. I don't have cable. Cool thing about React is that you can directly switch into mobile app development by React Native. Yeah, that's true, Mohammed. I haven't actually looked into React Native, but I've heard of it before. And that's something I'm planning on kind of getting into eventually. Canada is now 6-0 against Qatar. Dang. 5:30 a.m. in here. Nice, Prathme. That's awesome. I guess it's Friday morning, so happy Friday. It's 7:58 p.m. here in East Coast Canada. That's brutal. I don't think Qatar maybe is the best. Didn't they get qualifying because Qatar was the last FIFA host? I think it was something like that, right? Yeah, no, I haven't been keeping up with it. The two teams I'm rooting for are Canada and Portugal. So, yeah. All right, so this, let's do like maybe, I almost want to do a grid here. And then like rows, grid, calls to, or something. But then I want to have them stacked. Maybe grid rows too. Yeah, something like this. And then maybe put the input on the outside here. Although, okay, that's actually not going to happen because these are divs. So if I wanted to do that, I would actually have to apply it to the form row style. So that's actually fine. I don't need a... That's good. They won the last match also. Canada's good. You have one of the best left backs in the world, Alphonso Davies. Yes, I've heard of Alphonso Davies. He's actually really close to my age, which is cool. I think he's, yeah. I've heard of Alphonso Davies. He was, he played in the last FIFA too. He's injured, but still called up. Nice. Yeah, no, he's cool. Yeah, I've seen him. 24. Yeah, okay, so he's a year younger than me. I thought I could have sworn he was older. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, but yeah, no, he played in the last World Cup too. I remember. At the time, I was living at home, so I could watch it. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do here? Form row style. I want this to actually be a grid, I think. And then maybe do like a grid rows too? Yeah, or columns maybe. Yeah, something like this. There we go, that's better. That's much nicer, I think, for mobile. And then we could do some sort of, where was that? We can do some sort of, I actually want to do this. Flex justify center. Oh, okay, but that's now going to flex that. Okay, so then flex column. Align center. It's not align. Item center? So, item center. That should work though. What is the problem with this? Oh, because of this? No. Flex column. Where is the thing? Motivation for everything in life. I feel like I want to stop everything. I don't know how to deal with this. What do you mean, like with coding specifically, or just anything? Or is it because if you're on break, Abdu, it could be tough because breaks are tricky to keep the structure. Recently, the Expo team added interesting features to React Native platform, especially using native Swift UI and Jetpack. Yeah, I've heard of Swift too, or Swift UI. It's like is it not like an iOS specific UI? Does it work with? Yes, coding. Yeah, it's really it is hard to keep a structure during your break, Abdu. But I think again, it's just a matter of like finding 15 minutes when you feel like you can sit down and, you know, even like you mentioned, I think it was you maybe. I don't know, whether it's like a competitive programming problem or just like even like one page of a website, just like do something. Like it doesn't even matter if it, you know. I think it's just a matter of getting back into it, and you have to take really, really small steps. You can't just think about like, oh, I'm going to make the next whatever, you know, I'm going to do this whole front-end mentor project or whatever in one sitting. You can't, that's too big of a task. You kind of got to make your goals really, really small to start, and then kind of increase your goals from there once you get back into the rhythm. Where was I with this, actually? I think it was justify... Content, align items, items start. Yeah, this is what I was trying to do, but it wasn't working for some reason. Form, class name, flex column, items, center. Why wasn't it centering them? I don't know why, because this should be, oh, maybe because it's centering them within the div, but this div is not. I think I need to do flex center. Or flex justify center here, and then flex call. Oh, that doesn't fix anything either. Interesting. Or item center, I mean. No? What is the problem here? Oh, it's because there's two, I see. It's because there's two columns. Why are there two columns? That's not what I want. I actually just want grid. That's better. However, I want that to be lower. So grid rows. That's what I want. Or no, but then I need the input on the outside. Whoops. Yes, coding 5 minutes. Yeah. That's 5 minutes is a good way to start. Literally just write one function, like quite literally. Okay, this is good. Username, password here. I'm gonna add some border. I'm gonna add some rounded to this as well, and then maybe some padding on the X. How do we do padding on X again? Actually, you know what? No, let's just do padding all around. Let's do padding like 1. And then maybe like a text medium. Small. Sure. That's fine. So we have our password. Oh, then we also need a submit button, of course, right? So we can do that as well. All right, let's just add the button. Type is submit, then submit, or sign up, I should say. Okay. Cool. And then we can add some styles to that after. Cool. Canada going to the finals? I don't know about that, JMac. I hope so. Canada-Portugal. Canada-Portugal final would go crazy. Honestly. I don't even know if that's possible given the bracketing, but I don't know how the what the groups are. But yeah, no, I'm rooting for Canada and Portugal. I want Ronaldo to get a World Cup, a World Cup title. Again, I'm not a huge soccer/football person, but I don't know, it's kind of fun. I wish there was a way. Do you guys like know anyone in chat if you know how to watch it, like, on the internet without paying? I don't know if you can like pirate it, because I don't have cable. We have a TV, but I don't have cable, so I haven't really been watching it. But yeah. Life 2 months ago for me was a different web dev watching your streams, Jim. That's it. I mean, but I think you know, it's good that you take a break though, Abdu, because I think, you know, I don't know. I think we all need a break. So I think you deserve it, my friend. But if you're feeling the itch to get back into it, I think you totally should. You watch NBA Finals for free? Nice. Yeah, I didn't follow that either. I'm not gonna lie. Once the Raptors were out, I was like done. Knicks winning is crazy though. I kind of didn't want the Knicks to win, but it is what it is. I guess OG Anunoby's on that team now. Core TV, it is free. Okay, got you. I'll take a look at that. Because I know, like, I read somewhere that, like, the World Cup is being viewed by, like, 5 billion people or something. Which is, like, what? Like, 60% of the world population. If you want something on TV, you can play... You can pay? Oh, yeah. I don't really want to pay, though, to be honest with you. I don't know if I can send the link here. You can in stream chat in Discord, JMac. You can't on YouTube YouTube chat. YouTube chat does not like links unless they come from me or any sort of mod. I think only mods can send links, actually. This site is sick. NBA football, FIFA, nice. I'll definitely check it out. If they have MLB on there, that would be nice too, because I like watching baseball every now and again. See how the Jays are doing. They're actually doing all right, I think, lately. They were kind of rough for a bit, but I think they're okay. I think they're just on the cusp of a wild card spot. All right. Oh, perfect. There you go. Super illegal, but sounds legit. So. Yeah, so I guess with the token, yeah, I guess it stores it in a cookie. Okay, so I think the cookie logic. I'm just thinking about this. Is the cookie logic on the client or the server? It might be on the client actually. Now that I think about it, I think the cookie stuff is on the client, which makes sense because that's where the cookies are stored. I don't know why I didn't think of that. All right, let's get back into this. All right, we're doing the button. So let's just make like a submit button style. And then it's going to be very similar to the link style. So it's going to be like a P2 rounded large BG gray 500 situation. Maybe like a hover BG gray 800 or something like this. The only other thing is I want to make this different for light mode, but it's whatever. Okay. Submit button style, and then attach this to this this button. Right. All right. So then now I think if we do, yeah. Okay. So that's fine. So then that will send username and password to the server. Ideally. Okay. Cool. Oh, and then this actually needs to go API/auth/signup. Right? Mm-hmm. And then for login, it's going to be the same, similar deal. Yeah, it's fun stuff, Abdu. I'm getting into full stack. Tasting full stack, which is kind of nice. I mean, I haven't fully done it yet, but we're working on it. I've implemented the backend for the most part, at least regarding auth. Yeah, I'm just working on the front end so that I can get some get the cookie logic working. Okay, so this is the login page is going to be very similar. So it's going to be login. It's going to be a post to login, and then the username, and then login here. Right? Okay, so now, and then we should also have maybe gotta have a way to go back to the root, right? So if we go back to the root, and go to login, then we can log in. All right, so let's start with sign up. I actually don't know whether this is going to work or not. If like just off rip, we can try. So if we do test password, okay, so then it redirects us just to API, which is interesting because it should redirect us to the it should redirect us back to the home page, right? Of the client. So I actually don't know how to do that because now it's yeah. So this is the thing. So on the server side here, and this should have been created, by the way. So yeah, so we have our test there, right? So the sign up did actually work. We just need to figure out the redirect, right? So the redirect is kind of screwed up. So this would be in the controller, I think. Yeah, so it's redirecting to here, but I need to actually redirect to the client. So I can do something like, I can do export const client URL, and then like, I don't know if this is, advisable, but I can do something like, wait, was it, hold on, was it, how did I do this here? Yeah, HTTP localhost 5, what was the port? 5173. Okay. And then we can just kind of like insert this into the controller, and then we can just go to redirect client slash just client URL, because we're just going home, right? So now let's see if this works. So let's remove, delete. Okay, and then it goes back. Perfect. So that does actually work. I don't know, again, I don't know if this is like advisable. This probably doesn't work. There's probably something with like a port. So we have like the main URL of the site and then the port or something like that, because it's a different port. But that's okay. We can leave it like this for now. Okay. Then we'll do, all right, so we'll do the login. And now the thing with this though is it's going to, where's login? So then the login needs to, it gives us a token, right? So this is interesting. So we have to get this token back. So we get the token back. And then I don't know how to get that data from there. I don't know. Oh, we have to probably fetch it from the server, do we not? Not React form get data from server or something. I don't know. Get form data. Yeah, so this is with like handle login. Okay, so we have a handle submit. Oh, I see. Okay, so we can do like a custom submit handler, maybe, right? That might be what we need to do. So that I think is that's our ticket. Form action. Is that like a thing? For instance, a form might submit an article for review. Form action set this. Okay, so is that like a thing? Because I could do. Okay, so yeah. with a server function. Where would that server function even be? Okay, so this is async function, add to cart, use server. Pass a server function, a function marked with use server to the action prop of form to run the function when the form is submitted. Okay, so then, yeah, but it needs to go to the right URL, right? So then I wonder if I write my own, then how do we get the form data out of this? Oh, I guess we give it, right? Okay, so where do we get the form data? So we have async function add to cart form data. Add to cart, and then that's just the form data is just taken in from this action here. Right? I don't know. Is this like a bad idea? I don't know. All right, see you next time, Abdu. Appreciate having you here, man. Okay, so we can give this a go. And then we can just write a post request in the handler, right? Is that good? I don't know. I don't know if that's like the way we should do it. Let's see. React login posts or something. Let's see what this person says. Okay, so it's literally just what I thought. It's just doing a fetch with post and then setting the body. Okay. Okay, but then how are we getting the form data? I guess we could do that through the server function, right? See what this digital ocean says. Okay, so we have the login page. Okay. Oh, we can just do it like this. It's kind of neat. Okay, then we have our button, submit, components, login, login, okay, so we're just doing, okay, so this is, okay, so in our app, we're setting the token, I see. So we have it as a, we store it inside of the, okay. So it's actually kind of a good resource, I think. Okay, so we're storing the token inside of here. I think this is just checking for the server response. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't write this code actually. Okay. So I think we can do another handle JWT on client. Or something like this. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, so it's storing the cookie with local storage, but how do I it said to not do that though. Maybe session storage, is that better? Okay. Yeah, so maybe session storage or cookies. Requires CSRF protection. Yeah, so we would need Yeah, okay, so I think we would need this guy. Okay, so we have our token, login set token. Okay, so then we pass in this thing, this prop. Oh, we're doing use state for this. Interesting. Okay. That works too. And then login user is when you click the button. Await login user, and then login user is a async function that does a post request to the server. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so let's do something like this then. Okay. So let's do our so we get our token. Okay, so if we don't have a token, we want to return the login page. That's kind of confusing. Oh, because I see. So I think, is browser router a thing? Let me go back here. Okay, so this is authenticating. You know, how's it going, Miran? Welcome. Let's see. Okay, let's see browser. Got a form here too. That would have been convenient to have a. I forgot that. Okay, so actually I need to change this. This is a form. Okay. And then import. Forgot that forms had their own thing in React Router. Their own element, I should say, or what are they called? Component. I'm doing well, Miran. How are you? Navigate, browser, router. I think that was like the browser router. What even is this? Oh, that's the declarative form. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we don't need that then. Okay, just making sure. Return login. Navlink, appreciate my hard work. I appreciate that, man. Try my best. Framework. Okay, so then this is only in declarative, right? Okay, so I think I'm getting ahead of myself with this a little bit. I think I can just leave this as is. Oh, because we're returning, I see. Okay, so import login from login, yeah, that's fine. Okay. And then I need to give it the set token, right? Yo, how's it going, Renz? Long time no see. Well, you've been in the Discord, but it's nice to see you here, my friend. Okay, so then we give it the set token. Okay, so let's give it the set token prop. Okay, we'll just abstract the backend. That's fine, and then we need to use it, right? Okay, so that's fine. So we'll say oops, that's not what I want to do. Wait, what? That's it. I need to import useState. Add import. Okay, and then so we have that, and then we're going to do an on change for the inputs here. What's the problem here? Argument of type string is not assignable to set state action. Should be fine. Input. Okay, so we have a typing issue here. Set state action. Oh, because these need to be as strings, right? So we can just put these as empty strings. Okay, that's fine. To infer the type. Something like this. Okay, and then we have our username and password set. And then when we submit, we're going to do a on submit. I think it is on submit the right. Or is that handle submit? Ah, okay, I see. Form on submit is handle submit. Okay, so that's actually at the form level. So on submit is just handle submit. Okay, and then handle submit is just going to be up here. And then I think this is also going to be an async function. Okay. Is my client running in a container? No, it isn't. At least I don't think so. There's a Docker file here, and maybe it is. I'm not 100% sure. So when I name your keyboard, Christopher, here it is. My friend. Yeah, I don't know. I built from, I'm using the React Router framework, JStack, JStack, that's funny. I just gave you a nickname. Yeah, and it just created this Docker file. I don't know. Do you just use one monitor? No, I use 3. Not a long time no see. I'm currently on vacation in Boracay Island, Philippines. Just wanted to ask, do you think it's okay to take a break from coding for like 5 days? Absolutely. If you're on vacation or you're moving or something, yeah, absolutely. I mean, the longer break you take, the harder it might be to get back into it. But again, I think regardless of how long of a break you take, I think you can get back into coding. But no, like when I moved, I took like a week off. But yeah, no, for life stuff like that, I think it's totally reasonable. I think, again, it's about consistency when you're able. Like if something happens to you, like whether it's, I kind of mentioned this in my video too, is like whether it's health related or, something happening in your life, like of course, like take breaks. But no, MK, I only stream off of one monitor, but I have 3. I have chat and another web browser on another monitor. So, okay. This is fine. And then what do I need here? Okay, so this is, okay, so we have this, and then we need this login with the credentials, and then the credentials get passed via the handle submit, right? And then that gets, and then the body, okay, so then the body, we need to actually get the type out of this guy, user type. So I don't know if I can actually import that. I don't know if the user type is importable from the server to the client. I doubt it. Everything I work on is a container. Fair enough. Docker, pretty important to learn. High key, yeah. I'll get there for sure. You gonna take breakfast? I just woke up. Good luck. I appreciate you, Renz. Yeah, I don't know. I know roughly kind of the idea behind Docker. It's kind of like a, it's kind of like a virtualization sort of thing. Like a container, I don't know. A container like has its own dedicated RAM, right? And like resources or something. It's like between, it's like almost a VM, but not quite, because there's like shared disk space. I don't know. I don't fully know the distinction, but I have like a rough idea. But I know, like, I know it's isolated in some sense. It's like an isolated process. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna take another 5-minute break, guys. I'm also gonna hit the washroom. So I'll be back in like 2 minutes. So yeah. Alrighty, I am back. Yeah. Cool. Okay, then when we call that login user, oh, then we set the token to the response, right. Okay. What if I can actually import user type? No. Yeah, so the client can't see anything from the server. That makes sense. Okay. App no public. Maybe like have a new types folder or something in here. Yeah, and then I think instead of using session, although this is not, this is going to use session storage, isn't it? Or is this here? Yeah, okay, so this is using session storage. Okay, so instead, when we get to this point, I think I'm going to use cookies, or figure out a way to use cookies. Okay, so that's fine. All right, let's get back into it. Another 25 minutes. Okay. So I think I can just do this off the cuff here. All right, so then handle submit, we're going to say e.prevent default. Oh yeah, wait, we need to pass in an event. e.prevent default. And then this also needs to have a type, right? Of course it does. Handle submit would be submit event, maybe? Oh, HTML, no wait. Function call, and the form submit if you call, this function will do nothing. But then, okay, so then how do I put in an event? I could just do this, I guess. Handle submit E, but I don't know where this E is coming from. No. It should just be included from this, right? Form event handler, okay. Yes, maybe this is not what we want. That's not what we want either. Okay. Let's see. On submit event type. Oh, it's react.form event. Okay, so I see. Although that's deprecated, so what is it actually? Okay, so what's the non-deprecated version of this? Submit event. Ah, I see, okay, it's because why? You just use, oh, so it's react.submit event. Okay, so that, but then that gives this an error because it doesn't expect form event handler. Oh. Type form event HTML form element. Yeah, so okay, this is interesting. It just told me that form event was deprecated. So I'm kind of confused what's going on here. Because, okay, so it says submit event Or is this, wait. Or does it need to be event, maybe? Like fully spelled out. Okay, well this is interesting. Okay. How old is this? Okay, 2024. Is it form event? No. Oh, I'm confused why this isn't working. And then maybe HTML form element? Some shit? Oh, that's why. Okay. That's it. Okay, I figured it out. Okay. All right, so then we need to actually do an await post login or something, handle login or send login. I don't know what I call it. What do they call it here? Oh, login user. Login user, and then I want to give it the right type, right? So I want to do types, and then we'll literally just, actually no, we'll literally just copy this. As user type, and then username is from username. Actually, just username password. I think that actually works fine. And of course, we don't have login user, right? Which we can define here. So we can say const login user is async user as user type. And then we can then do an await fetch, right? So we'll say const data or token equals await fetch. And then we'll get the right URL for this, right? So it'd be HTTP, or actually server URL / API / auth / login. Yep. And then the method is post. Headers. Content type. Application JSON. Because we're sending a JSON. And then the body of the request is just going to be JSON.stringify of the user. And we're going to call this user data even. Let's see, a comma here. Okay. So it's good. And then return token. Okay. So it's good. And then, okay, so then at the end of the handle submit, we are going to set the token to const token. Actually, I wonder then if we can do this. If we can set to await here, like this. We'll just do this all in one line. Right? Okay. Now, I think this works. Maybe. Unless we don't. Let's just do it this way. Maybe this isn't necessary with that variable, but that's okay. All right, so now the token should be set inside of the local storage, right? Or not even local storage, literally just as far as this attribute, right? What is the problem here? Port server URL from /home. Okay. So this is set token. Oh, implicitly has any type. It needs to take in some sort of set token. And then this needs to have a function type. I don't know what type this would be. This would be a string maybe. So this is the type. Something, right? Okay. Of type response to type parameter. Okay, so the response class token is a wait fetch. And then this should give us a we return JSON. So we actually need to JSON.stringify this. Yeah, that fixed it, maybe. Token data, maybe? That's good. Okay. Now this should all work, and then we can start dicking with the, already included in the Odin project, Odin members client reactor. Okay. So what's the problem here? So I don't even need this thing. Or I do, I guess. Okay. All right. Now, if this works, then we're all set. I might even okay, so then we log in, and then we redirect. So now I wonder if we can redirect to a protected route. Actually, we're gonna get there, I think. So let's try logging in now. So we have BenStack. I forget actually what I put as the password for this, so I might need to delete it. Okay, so let's sign up BenStack. We'll say password. Oh, and then we reroute to. That's not good. Why did we reroute there? Anyway, that's fine. I'll fix that bug. Okay, so when you have it logged in, then it prompts you to log in immediately, right? Because there's no token. BenStack and then password. Okay, so now we should see. We don't go anywhere, but we should see then inside of some sort of response, right? Okay, so it's the request, and then so our response is user BenStack cannot be found. Oh, maybe because okay. So I guess our sign up page didn't work exactly the way we wanted it to. Okay, so then we actually don't want this here actually. Okay, so let's sign up. Okay, so redirect is borked, but that's fine. So now we should have that in our database. No, we don't. Interesting. Really? Okay, so there's something going on with our sign up here. And then in our server, auth controller, sign up post, res.redirect client URL. That should work. But then it isn't for some reason. I'm not sure why. Okay, so we're hitting the API. Okay, so let's go sign up. Test. Menu HTML. It's trying to do a bunch of stuff here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, why is this the path? That's my wondering, or my question here. So it's sign up / HTTP localhost 8080 API auth. So I wonder if I did something in here. Action. I wonder then if I don't need an action for the on submit. I don't think I do. So if I do on submit, I don't need an action or a method, right? That might be true. So that's obviously not going to work. Yeah, weird. I don't know why this is happening. It was working before, so I don't know what went wrong. I don't even know if it's hitting the backend. Let's log in. Okay, sign up. API auth sign up, method posts, type submit sign up. Is there some error here? No. Okay, a bunch of errors there, but that's not related to this. Okay, so sign up. The form action is API auth sign up method post. Okay, so let's see in the server end. Let's console.log something here. Let's just console.log rec.body something. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, so if I try to sign up again, I just want to see if I get to this point in the code. Okay, so it's not even hitting this, I don't think. Oh, I see. Okay, so you know what it's doing is it's putting that path inside of, oh, because it's, you know what? It's because we changed it to a form. Like okay, so this is the problem. So the method, where is this here? Maybe like this. Let's try this again. Oh, because it's relative. I'm not sure how to do absolute actions here. That's why, because the action is relative to this is, that's the reason. Okay. Okay, so we need to do an absolute, action. URL to submit the form. If undefined, this defaults to the closest route in context. Form is most useful for submissions. That should also change the URL, or otherwise add an entry. Personally enhanced submits data to actions by fetch. All data on the page is automatically revalidated. Okay, so I need to like use an absolute event for this, or absolute. Okay, let's see. React router form use absolute path or something for action. Okay. Oh. So you have to use a navigate. So use navigate. Okay. Okay. So we can do that. So we can say does this just like plug and play? Does this just work? Use navigate, returns a function, lets you navigate programmatically. Oh wait, it's just navigate, isn't it? And then we need to get navigate in here. Is it something like this? It's a pattern like this, no? What did he have here? Navigate, button on click. The other thing, what I could do here is I could back up. React router form post to absolute route or something. Let's see. Okay, so what I might need to do here then is I might need to put this into an on submit or something. Yeah. So let's put this into an on submit. Okay, so we navigate then. Does that work by itself? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. Okay. Error method not allowed. Okay, so you know what? Maybe we can't do this. So we have to maybe do handle submit. And then we'll just make that function. Just kind of coming up with shit as I go here. So it's going to be an async. And then we're going to get an event, which is going to be a React dot submit event for HTML form element, right? Yo, how's it going, Tony? Welcome, welcome. All right, so then we're going to do eat prevent default. And then we're going to do our await fetch to that URL. Whoops. Server URL / API / auth / signup. And then we're going to do kind of a similar deal here. So maybe I don't even need to. Okay. So we'll do method is post headers content type application JSON body is username. Oh, and then I need to basically handle this the exact same way as I was handling the login, right? Which is fine. Okay, this is gonna break, which is fine. I want this to be its own object. Body. But I want this to be as an object, right? As user type. Okay, how do we do the body again for this? Oh, JSON.stringify, right? That's what we want. Okay. Just do this all in one line. Okay. And then in here we're gonna do on change is e and set username to e.target.value. Change. All right, now that should work. And then we await the fetch, and then I guess we just we can redirect, right? How do we redirect here? Oh, we set the token, I see, okay. All right, so this should just be fine then, I think. And then in our sign up in the here, do we redirect? Yeah, we do, okay. All right. Cool, let's take another 5-minute break. And I'll do one more Pomo session and end stream for the evening. Hope everyone, what's the Odin Project? The Odin Project is a free open source web dev curriculum, Tony. You can find out more about it here. I've just been using it kind of as a rough guide to learn web dev, but I'm kind of approaching the end of it, and I'm going to very likely branch off from it soon and start building my own stuff and kind of doing more of a self-guided learning approach. But up to this point I've kind of been using it. But I'm nearing the end of the last backend course, so yeah, because there's okay, so I'm doing this authentication. I'm really kind of not doing it the way that they say to do it. I'm doing it very much well, how should I say this? I'm doing it like my own way. Instead, they have this stateful auth system using Passport, and I'm using JSON Web Tokens. I'm doing a token-based stateless auth instead, and kind of implementing it from scratch. So that's kind of this project that I'm building right now. I haven't used it much yet, but I might start using it to help me with an app idea I want to build. Just finished my first year of university. Nice. That's awesome. What day am I on? I'm on 102. Should be right in the title, I think. Yeah. You should see right in the title what day I'm on. 102. So many days. I've spent in real time. It's been about 5 months, just under 5 months, Noah. Hours per day. Probably about, if you include prep for the stream, I'd say safely 3 hours. So 3 hours times 102, that's what, 306? So about 300 hours, roughly. Good stuff, man. Refreshing to see some real coding without any AI. I appreciate that, Franklin. That's kind of all, you know, if you like to see coding with no AI, you know, you're in the right place. Because I don't use any of it. The only time I ever use AI is to generate content. Like, for example, if I want to fill, like if I was like, for some stuff before, I was filling like a recipe page with content, and I just used AI to generate some recipes because I didn't feel like coming up with that content for it. But that's the only time I use it. So I'm trying to use AI less. I'm tired of being throttled by token limits. Yeah. And the other thing too is it's so expensive, right? It's expensive. You learn less, and I think, yeah, you learn less, which prepares you. It doesn't prepare you for actually getting a job, because, okay, sure, you know, employers are looking for developers that know how to use AI, but you'll know more if you actually know how to code and work with AI, than if you just only work with AI but don't actually know how to code underneath, right? Like, what employer wants to handle a software developer that can prompt AI, can work with AI tools and things, but when it comes down to it, if the code breaks, they are hopeless. That's like a liability, in my opinion, right? Like, it's just like pilots. Again, I'm stealing this from Web Dev Simplified, but his analogy was, okay, you have pilots in a plane. The plane flies itself 95% of the flight, right? You're in autopilot. The pilots are kind of just monitoring systems, and they're letting the plane fly itself. But you still need the pilots to know how to fly the damn plane in case the autopilot fails, right? That's kind of, I think, an analogy to using AI with programming, or at least that's where these things are going to go, right? That's like entrusting pilots that don't know actually how to fly a plane, just sit them in the seat. Maybe they know how to work the autopilot, but they don't know how to actually fly a plane without it, right? So anyway, that's kind of why I think, you know, coding manually is still relevant. You agree with that analogy, Heavy? Yeah. I stole it again. All credit goes to Web Dev Kyle Cook from Web Dev Simplified. Check him out; he's great. He was the one that I got that from, but yeah, it's totally good analogy. Totally good analogy. Okay, where was I here? Okay, so we have this. What was it gonna do? Okay, so we set the password here. Oh yeah, okay, then we use username, password. All right, so I think this maybe just works now, right? Hit the subscribe button, keep going. Appreciate that, Franklin. Thanks for coming. Okay, so let's try doing this. Oh yeah, is it gonna redirect me properly? It might not. Okay, so this fetch had a 302 found. Response, okay, so there's no response. Okay, so that's the right payload. Okay. So I wonder if the server, okay, so the server should be fine. Okay, so it did hit the endpoint here, but it didn't redirect. Which it should have redirected. Which maybe it doesn't do that. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just do res.status 200 or something. .json success or something. Okay, let's just repost this. Okay, so this should be in here. Okay, good. It's in our database. Okay, so we'll just delete that and then test. And then we should get a 200 success, right? Perfect. Okay. That's what I want. And then we need to redirect back to the home page after this, right? So I think in the submit handler, we can do a redirect. React router redirect in submit handler, something. I think this was where I was, right? Ah, okay, so this is back to the navigate business. Okay, so this is the navigate stuff. Okay, so we'll do const navigate equals use navigate. Okay, and then we'll go back to, and then we'll just say navigate to home, right? I think that's right. So then, okay, so then let's just delete from users one more time. And then if we do test, sign up, okay, we go back home, and then we should have that in our database. Perfect. Now, the real test is if we log in, does this work? Test, log in. Okay, so we got this, and then so we have the response. Okay, so there's no response data. That's interesting. Oh wait, no, it's right here. Never mind. So we have the payload. It was an okay. This is the client side. This is the server. Okay. Then we have our response, which is our token right here. Perfect. And then the client or someone should have printed that, right? Or no, we didn't actually print it, but that's okay. So we have our token here, and then we set that as our state. So that's good. So I think actually everything's working, and we're ready to actually to implement the cookie storage, right? So I think that's next. Is we log in, and then we can do the cookie business, right? Cookie factory. Do you think computer science helped you with web app development? Absolutely, Tony. Even though I didn't learn web development in my degree, I think that learning how to code and learning how to solve problems with code, especially like data structures and algorithms, object-oriented programming, these kind of fundamental concepts really helped me jump into web dev. Because a lot of those skills are transferable, right? Okay, so that I'm gonna do a commit here. So I'll say what did I have for the notes here? Create front-end views. Okay. So I'm gonna say implement sign up login functionality in front-end. Okay. Create sign up and login pages, forms, submit, posts to server to handle sign up, login. Server returns token back from, returns valid token back to client. Ready for cookie storage in client, right? Okay, something like this. Okay. So if we log in, we should be able to redirect to like a dashboard or something, right? So if we do a protected route, okay. So this is our storage, but I want to do it with cookies, right? Now, I wonder if, like, what do we do for that? So let's say, like, let's still go to React Router. We'll get rid of this stuff. React Router cookies. Sessions and cookies. Here we go. This is kind of what I want here. So do we want a session or cookies? Okay, so we can create cookies. So the cookie functionality is within React Router, which is kind of good to know, I think. Okay, this is actually fine. We did this. Okay, and then we also need to create protected for sign up. Log in, create protected route in frontend. Okay. Okay, so we did the generate token. That's fine. Yeah, so cookie functionality is built into the React router framework. Right? Good. So that's fine. So now we need to do that. So we need to actually put the cookie in here. User preferences example, cookie attributes. So I could just have it as a token, right? Signing cookies. It's possible to sign a cookie, automatically verify its contents when it is received. Okay, so we can sign it. Okay, so to sign a cookie, provide one or more secrets when you first create the cookie. Cookies that have one or more secrets will be stored and verified in a way that ensures its integrity. Now I wonder if we use cookies or sessions. But the problem with this, the session stuff, is I think this is stateful, right? Yeah, okay, so see, session storage understands, let me zoom this in for chat here. So session storage understands how to parse and generate cookies and how to store session data in a database or file system. So this isn't really what we want. We really just want a cookie, I think, right? Which is fine. So, okay. In React Router, you'll typically work with cookies in your loader and or action functions, since those are the places where you need to read and write data. Okay, so instead of okay, wait, actually. So this is our log. Okay, so we set the token, which then sets back in the home here. So then we have this token state, right? But we don't really actually need this inside of the home page because the home page isn't really a protected route, right? So maybe we don't need this, right? We don't actually need this. So we can actually get rid of the set token here. And then instead we just set the cookie, create cookie, right? Something like this. Yeah, so we need to create the cookie inside of the login, which would be here. So we'll say, okay, so export const user prefs is create cookie. Do I need to have this as like a? You import the cookie in your loader and or action. So let's see how this works here. Cookies.server. The loader in this case just checks the value, and then so we want a loader for the obviously checking that a token exists as a cookie, right? Yeah, so this is interesting. Await user prefs, so parse cookie header. So header set get. Okay, so I see. So that's in the cookie header. I was gonna ask you if you do Pomodoro. I just seen the timer. Yeah, I do. I use Pomodoro for the streams. I usually, Tony, I do 5 per stream, so I'm on the end of my 5th session, or well, not the end, but halfway through, I guess. Yeah, I just don't know. Okay, so what's the serialize here? Yeah, I probably need to do this secret business, but I don't know how to like. Yeah, I don't know. What helped you learn the most, Lopez? Honestly, probably chat. Probably doing the YouTube streams and interacting with chat. And getting chat to kind of help me along. Like I said this in my YouTube video too, if you haven't seen that. I uploaded it a couple days ago. I've used chat, and you guys, a lot of you are really wonderful people, and you help me out sometimes. That, and also just kind of having the structure of stream and the motivation that my community has given me to actually show up and make progress has helped me learn the most. I think it varies person to person. Yeah, I usually do, Tony. I usually do 5, 25 and 5, but it doesn't feel the same as working alone because in my 25-minute working session, I'm working, but I'm also chatting to chat, which is kind of like, and I don't mind doing both because it's kind of, it's I have 102 days of practice. So I guess my working sessions aren't as intense as it would be if I was doing it like off stream, which is fine. It's a trade-off I'm willing to, like when I stream and chat to you guys, interact, because I also want to help you guys out and chat to you as well as showcase my process. So I'm honestly like at a loss for how to work this. Okay, so let's see. So we have a form with a method, and then we don't give it any sort of, okay, so then we have a handler here. Oh, so the action. So where's action even? For this. Can't even see. Yeah, I don't know. I might honestly, okay, because it says using session data, or session storage. Get item method returns the stored string. Okay, so is this better maybe for? We can do session storage dot set item. Okay, so you know what? I was gonna do cookie stuff, but I don't know. I feel like there's gotta be. I'm kind of confused where the cookie gets stored. I guess I could just try something and see what happens. Okay, so if I create a cookie, do I need to like export it as a constant? Like, can I just like call create cookie, for instance, right? And then can I say like token and then give it something? Like, so Oh, you have to import. Okay. Cookie header, request get header, const cookies, await user prefs.parse cookie header, or nothing. Yeah, I don't know. Because I don't know how to actually get the cookie stuff, right? I don't know how to get the data out of the cookie. I guess we could just write it and see what happens. And, like, look at it, right? So let's do this then. So let's say we can even call this like authentication, just auth even, and then we'll say token is token. Actually, just this, right? Object literal only specifies known properties and token. Oh, because there's, okay, so there's only known properties. Oh, I see. Okay, because he needs to have known properties. Okay, so these are the actual properties. I see. So this isn't the data. So where's the actual data stored? Let's see what the attributes are here. A cookie name and a cookie value. I guess this is the cookie name. Name and options. So would cookie name be one? Cookie name as token. Let's see what type cookie options is then. Cookie value, is that one? No? Or just value maybe? Okay. I need to see this type declaration. Cookie options React router. I don't know why it's stupid verification bullshit. Let's see. Oh, come on, man. What the hell? This is the same page I was on before. Yeah, so this is the unhelpful shit. Okay, wait, actually, let's see this then. All right, cookie options. Cookie parse options. Decode. Signature, secrets. Stringify options. And omit set cookie name value. Interesting. So then how do we actually give the cookie a value? I don't know. Because like, where's the data actually being stored in here? React router store value in cookie? Because my understanding with a cookie is that it's stored stuff, right? Oh, or is it literally just, yeah, it's just value does not exist in type cookie options. Why? Yeah, suppose I serialize value using that signed cookie. Okay. Okay, but then how do you read and write to the cookie then? I don't know. Oh, set cookie. Okay. So every request, the browser finds the cookies that have been set that correspond to the current domain and path. The server can read the cookie header and then return a set cookie header in the response, which the browser can store. Okay. So then I think I'm misunderstanding then how this API works. So when you're creating a cookie, what are you doing? Because I'm treating this as it's some sort of like, you know, variable kind of that's stored in the browser, but that's probably missing something. I think this is probably wrong too. So I can kind of pass back a cookie. Well, so we pass back a string, but then how do I set? Because like I thought the cookie setting was in the client side. So like you get the token from the server, and then the client sets the cookie. I don't know. This might be like a next stream problem. Creates cookie and okay, so I think what I want maybe is the session storage stuff instead of that. I don't know. Like let's see here. So if we have the session data, yeah. So we have the session data, and then the okay. So then we have the name, a cookie from create cookie. Create cookie session storage. Okay, so let's see. But we only want. Would it make sense then in the session to just store a token? Yeah, maybe because like okay, so we have the data, right? Okay, and then where are we setting that? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is with working with a database, which is not what we want. Yeah, I think I just need to understand cookies better. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so I want to like, yeah. Store token somehow in cookie session. I don't know. I'll just do a to do here. Okay. So that'll be a next stream thing. I do remember you. I do remember you. I know you have, that's not your name, Lord, but I don't remember it, I'm sorry. But I do remember you, of course. Okay, so that's the other thing we want to do. In cookie session, yeah, so this is for next stream, I think. And then we actually want to put this before this, right? So I want this up here. And then protected front end route. We can probably move this up. There we go. I feel like 5-minute breaks aren't long enough for me. I failed miserably at Pomodoro during school, but it did help, yeah. I think the trick with 5-minute breaks, at least with me, and again, I don't know if this is like, just because I'm streaming, but I find that like it's easy because then I can just kind of like mentally stop, and then like having to like when I talk to chat, it gives me something to do on my break. Whereas like if you're by yourself, just picking up your phone, it's so easy to get sucked in and do more than 5 minutes, right? You want to ask me about the future of BenStack because I'm preparing for it. I can't really speak to that because I haven't really worked with MongoDB. But I think Express React Node, as far as like the Express React Node part of that equation, I don't really know exactly what the future of Express and React, or Express like Node/Express is. I'm just using it to kind of learn as a model, but I think from what I understand from more advanced people that have been in the, or more knowledgeable people that have been in chat, is that Express is kind of a little bit outdated, and people are using things like more involved frameworks like Nest.js and Bun, and like as like a JavaScript runtime instead of Node, or they're using some other language, right? Like a lot of people are using, I think Django is still relevant. You know, a lot of people I've heard use Django, which is Python based. So I don't know, but I think it doesn't really matter what. I'm just using, you know, Node Express to learn, but it doesn't really matter what language or framework you use to learn backend, as long as you're, because the concepts are the same, like the cookies, the HTTP, standards, they're all the same. The request response kind of cycle, it's all kind of the same idea, right? The language and the framework just have different ways of using or implementing that standard, right? And that's the most important thing, is to learn that, or those concepts, right? But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for me today, guys. You know, I did my 2.5 hours. It's getting kind of late, getting kind of tired. Should I continue? Absolutely. I think you should definitely continue if you want to learn. Because again, it doesn't really matter what the framework is, right? Anyway, if you want to see more of me and more of my journey, oh, GG's, nice meeting a fellow Canadian dev. Oh, that's awesome. It'll be nice seeing you around, Tony, I hope. You can join the Discord too if you'd like. I was going to say, yeah, if you want to see more of me, subscribe. You know, I go live 4 to 5 times a week. Join the Discord for stream updates and, you know, other just to chat to my community. I've got over 180 members. You know, we're a nice crew. Maybe you could, you know, ask questions if you're struggling on something, or you know, you want to help people out, or just talk about whatever. Send memes. It's there. And I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. So yeah, I'll see you then, and thanks for watching.